Hello and welcome to Rosberry Crafts, my YouTube channel where I share all my crafty adventures. Today is November 3rd, 2023, and this is episode 75. My name is Roz and I live in Lake Country, British Columbia, Canada with my husband and my two kids who are 13 and 11. Today for you I have what am I wearing, works in progress, stash, events, and some chatter. Let's get started, shall we? What am I wearing? Well, winter has definitely arrived, so I am wearing a lovely wool sweater today. This is my Stonewall. Stonewall is a pattern by Alicia Plummer, and it's a lovely sweater. Nice V-neck. It sits really nicely. Let me move my hair so you can see. It's got a bit of a round to the back, it's not a sharp contrast into the V, but sits really nicely on my shoulders. It is a raglan style sweater. I just bought my microphone again. The yarn that I used for this is Fireweed Fiber Co. in her cedar worsted base, and this is the purple Kush colorway. Lovely deep variegated purple. I alternated skeins through the body except for at the bottom. Anyway, it's fine. Nobody really notices except for me, and I made the sleeves extra long so I can pull them down, but I think they also look really good rolled up, and then I don't have to worry about them getting into things when I'm doing dishes or cooking in the kitchen or whatever. So nice tight sleeves. Yeah, don't know what else I can say about that other than you will probably see me in some sort of wool sweater from now until like April. And my tummy just grumbled. Hopefully you didn't hear that either. We are going to move on to works in progress. For works in progress this week, this is the last week you'll probably see a few of the things that I'm working on, but maybe not, we'll see, because it is November, which means it's Nanaswemo, which is National Knit a Sweater in a Month. But first, I'm going to show you this. This is my, that changed the lighting a lot. This is my Shortest Day shawl, which is a pattern by Christina Gordon. Got it. And it is, it can either be a long rectangular shawl or you can make it into kind of like a more triangular cowl kind of shawl, which is what I'm doing. She has two versions available in the pattern. It is a great pattern, very simple. It's meant for your Advent yarns. This yarn is Fireweed Fiber Co. in the 2022 Advent colorway, and it is her Sweet Pea sock base. All right, so you've seen this before, or you're new and you haven't. So many good colors. And I am on day 23. Actually, I think I've finished day 23. Did I finish it? I think I'm on the 12th round, which is the last one that I'm doing. So just a little bit further and then, or no, this is going around. One more row of this greeny color, and then we have the last color. The big ball was all falling apart, so I just wound it off into a hand wound ball and then bind off, and it's steeking time. I'm gonna try and figure out if there's a good way for me to record that, but I'm not ready for it yet, and I've not been knitting on that very much at all. I have also worked on my Tropical Musselburgh. So Musselburgh is a hat pattern by Isolde Teague, and it is a double thick hat that you knit in kind of like a big long football shape and then tuck it back in on itself. And the yarn that I'm using for this is Freckled Whimsy, and it's a DK weight yarn from one of their mystery clubs from this year, and it's called Squeeze the Day, which is from August. But I don't get that normally, but I got this from a friend of mine, and I've made a little bit of progress. There's my marker. So couple centimeters. This is my out and about knitting when I'm waiting for the children or anything else. Take it with me in the car or meetings and stuff. Haven't had very many meetings this week, so not much love on this one, which is fine by me. Fewer meetings is better, but yeah. So still loving this, and just get it done when we get it done. All right, so we're gonna move on to my last work in progress. Just before that, I will say I have not touched the Geo Gradient shawl this week. I am still planning on finishing it, and I love the finished product shape and everything about that. So I'm very excited to have this shawl even as like a statement piece, but I've not worked on it at all. You will see it again, but probably not till December or maybe even next year. Who knows when I'll get to it, but it is there. I can see it. It's right there in a basket. So I haven't forgotten about it, but it is been put on hiatus because it is NaNoSueMo. NaNoSueMo is National Knit a Sweater in a Month, and it's a challenge for yourself to see if you can knit a sweater. I've done this challenge before. The first year I did it in kind of like a bulky weight yarn, and I did a size for my then 9-year-old. So you know, a child's size sweater. It was like a cat color work thing in Tarja, I think. And with like a cat on the front of it, little tunic sweater. And yeah, so that I did complete that. I believe I completed that within a month. I feel like I did. It was also short sleeves, so it was like totally doable. Last year, I knit the Ease sweater out of some Patton's classic wool. And it was a little bit down to the wire because I changed the neck and stuff like that, but I feel like I got it done in a reasonable amount of time. This year I've decided to challenge myself, and I am knitting a Ranunculus, which is a pattern by Midori Hirose. And I'm knitting it out of some Barocco Remix Light, which says that it's a DK weight, I think on the Ravelry page, but it's definitely like a sport weight, even a fingering weight. I am loving the yarn. It is so soft. It does have a little bit of like flex in it of kind of stiffer things, whether it's linen or something, I don't know. But it is, for the most part, it is very soft. It is very drapey, and I'm looking forward to having this finished piece as a nice summer sweater. It's cotton and linen and silk, and I can't remember what else. But without further ado, I am recording pieces. I didn't say this. I'm recording pieces every day about the things that have happened that day or the previous day, and kind of taking a couple pictures. So let's start that journey now with November the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Welcome to day 1 of NaNoSueMo. NaNoSueMo is National Knit a Sweater in a Month, and it is derived from the National Write a Novel in a Month. There's a minimum amount of words that you're supposed to write by the end of the month, and to help you kind of write your novel. And the same thing with the sweater. There's supposed to be a minimum number of stitches. I don't know what it is. I've never paid attention to that. But I am going to be knitting my Ranunculus sweater, which I've been planning on doing for a long time, and forgot the yarn. I'm using some Barocco Remix Light, which is a nylon cotton silk. Sorry, my hair keeps tickling my ear. Nylon, cotton, acrylic, silk, and linen. So yeah, I have this lovely old jeans color, and I'm going to be knitting a Ranunculus. So without further ado, let's cast on. Well, I apologize for this terrible lighting. I've got this overhead light going. Hopefully you can see what's what. I've made some pretty good progress for day one. So we've got, this is the back, we've got the collar. I did the short rows. Ooh, that is really hard to see. And I've started some of the texture. It's very cool. And yeah, just starting some yarn overs. Super fun. And I did try it on. I'm sure you'll see a picture of me with it on, a weird selfie, of course, and it's dark outside, so it's terrible lighting, but that's what happens when you knit at night. What do I want to talk about? I want to talk about first the cast on that I did. I did a long tail tubular cast on, and Pearl Soho has a great video for this, and I will try to remember to link it down below, but it makes a nice kind of rolled edge. And it's pretty stretchy, not super stretchy, but pretty stretchy. Because of the cotton in this, you're not getting a lot of stretch anyways. It's not focusing. There we go. Yeah. And then I did the short rows, which was super easy. They're very clear. The instructions are very clear in this pattern. And then I read the instructions and completely disregarded them and did something else entirely. Not sure what I was thinking, and had to take back 3 rows and do it properly. So that was these slip over stitches. It's hard to see them. These ones here where they go over. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. But now I am double checking the pattern before I do anything else. But it's turning out nice. I'm a little worried about the gauge. You can see, like, you can clearly see right through it. I think I might, I have so much yarn, so I think I might cast on a second one with smaller needles and see if I like that better. But that will put me behind on my progress, so who knows? That's it for day one, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Hello and welcome to day 2, November 2nd of NaNoSueMo. And I have 2. I have 2 yokes. All right, let me go backtrack a little bit. So this is the first one that I knit. I did all of this yesterday. You would have seen it already, but the fabric is much, much looser. The lighting in here is terrible again because it's nighttime and this is when I can, but you can see, like I can see a lot through that fabric. And I feel like the stitches themselves are loosey-goosey. It's not focusing. Anyway, so I thought, you know what? I swatched with the other one. I can figure out the numbers for it. So this is the other one. So instead, you can still see through it. Like it's still, you can see light through it for sure. So I did the same tubular long tail cast on to get that nice edging on it, which again is going to be hard to see because you can see through it. And with a 4mm needle for the ribbing, and then a 4.5 for the rest of the sweater. And I just feel like the stitches, you can see the definition of the texture a little bit more. And the stitches to me just look more even and less loosey-goosey. So this is going to be the same as, I've got all my stuff in here, the same needle as I swatched with here. So then once you get done the patterned part at the top, I don't know, words are escaping me, then the rest of the sweater will look like this, whereas the other swatch definitely has a loosey-goosey feel to it. And you know what? I'm just not happy with it. So I'm going to go with the 4.5. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I don't know. This is a lot of work, but it was a lot of work. But if I'm not going to be happy with it, then I shouldn't stick to it, right? And I'm not happy with this. Sad to see it go, though. Needles are coming out. That was probably loud. It's coming off. Oh, nope, it's stuck. Oh. There we are. Like, it doesn't look too bad, but up close, I can tell, and I can tell that I'm not going to be happy with it. This is still drapey. It's going to give me a much better feel. Sorry for the terrible lighting again. But I'm going to rip that out and rewind that ball and continue on with the 4.5, which means sweater math. All right, good evening of November 2nd. This is all I've got done today. It's pretty good for one day. And I did the next round and I did it wrong. So I had to take it all back. But that's okay. Tomorrow I will do it right in the light of day. Hello and welcome to day 3, November 3rd of NaNoSueMo. Got a little bit of an update. Do you see that? I did some texture. Not had much knitting time. I did have a bit of knitting time before work today, so I got a couple rounds done. And it's coming along nicely. I did it correctly this time, the correct number of stitches. So yeah, coming along nicely, and we'll see. I don't know how much more knitting time I have for today. We're having friends over, and I can't do texture knitting when in conversation with friends, but maybe after they leave, we'll see what I'm feeling like. But yeah, it's coming along. I put it on yesterday. Did I put it on in the video? I think I just took a picture, which will be available as well in the video here. I don't know what else to say, but I'm working along. I'm loving, 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 loving this stitch definition at this gauge. So glad I redid it with this needles. So far so good. Couple of issues. Moving right along. Well, I hope you enjoy those little snippets of along the way. Next week, you will see a full week of progress on this. And right now, we're going to move on to stash. All right, for stash this week, I have 2 mystery yarns to open. So I get the Fireweed Fiber Co. Monthly Sock Club. It's a mystery colorway that she's this year basing off of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is a TV show from the 90s. And I love Erin's color sense. And so even if you're not a fan of that TV show, you will love these colors. So, but here we go. I haven't been disappointed yet. Here's October. Let's, oh, this is very October-y. Look at that. So I am getting the full skein and 2 minis this year. These are her Sweet Pea sock, which is an 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and it's perfect for socks. I love it. There's her logo. You can find her on her website. If you just Google Fireweed Fiber Co., it'll be there. And yeah, her and her husband have this lovely yarn company, and there are lots of fiber fairs and all sorts of stuff. So just look at that though. Look at that. Like, how does she get that bright orange and then right next to it, that white. Like, seriously, magic. It's magic, guys. All right, let's open November. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Look at these speckles with the pink. All right. I forgot to tell you the colorway. October's is Scary Viney Willow. Scary Very Willow. I don't know. Obviously, it's a quote from the show, but very Halloweeny, very nice. And this one is Bunnies Frighten Me. If I remember, I will put inspiration photos at some point in here from the Fireweed Fiber Co. Instagram page of what these colors are from. But yes, yeah, love this one too. Love it. Okay, so let's move on to events. For events this week, I am still participating in the Downseller Studio Pigskin Party for 23-24. You can find a link to her website down below that explains all of the details about how this knit along works, runs, all of that kind of stuff. I am also participating in NaNoSuemo, which I talked about in Works in Progress. I'm not sure if there's a webpage, but you could definitely use the hashtag, and I will put it here, and find lots of interesting other projects, people challenging themselves to a sweater in a month. And that is it for events. For chatter this week, I don't have much to talk about. First up is I finished The Shadow Rising by Robert Jordan. This is the fourth book in the Wheel of Time series. Yeah, a lot happened in this book. It jumped all over the place. There was people in all different parts of the world, and I had a hard time keeping up with all of them, but I think I got it all. I got the gist of most of it. I am listening to this on the Libby app, which is our library app here. And, but yeah, thoroughly enjoying it. I really enjoy the characters. It is like, there's so many characters to follow and so many people. Sometimes some of the little side characters get lost and I need to kind of, refamiliarize myself with what's happening and listen to a part again so I understand it. But it's a long book, so it took me a while to get through it, but I have enjoyed that thoroughly and just waiting for the next one to come in. And it was Halloween a few days ago, and it's November 3rd today, so the 31st was Halloween. The kids both dressed up for school. They went out trick-or-treating in the evening. They had a fun time. We watched the fireworks. Cooper watched a scary movie with his friends. It was very kind of typical Halloween stuff happening from our neck of the woods. I got a whole 5 trick-or-treaters at my house. So where I am is, A, we're on a dead-end road. B, not many houses do things in this area. Lots of them have their lights turned off, which means they don't want any trick-or-treaters. And C, our driveway is super long and super steep. So if they come up to our house, they are getting a handful of candy at least. I'm even considering full chocolate bars next year because it's definitely a hike to get up here. But I don't know, because we get so few trick-or-treaters, it's fun just to buy the fun box of candy and eat it ourselves. But yeah, a fun time was had by all. I'm losing my voice a bit, so I'm just drinking some nice Earl Grey tea to kind of heat me up, soothe my throat a little bit. I'll probably have some cold 911 after this, which is a tea from David's Tea. That I do like to have as well when I'm feeling a little scratchy. And what else? Oh yeah, the other thing I had put, my notes are over here today. The other thing I had written down on my notes was that we've started a family puzzle. So out on our coffee table, we put out a puzzle. It is an interesting puzzle. It's of Grogu, which is from the Mandalorian series, Star Wars, which is part of the Star Wars universe, but it's a holographic puzzle, and it's difficult to do, but we're making our way through it, and we'll finish it eventually, and we'll start on maybe something a little less holographic But yeah, it's been nice to have that out just for, 20 minutes in the evening. We all sit down together and kind of chit chat and, do some puzzling. And yeah, it's been really nice as an alternative to, just flipping on the TV, because then we end up getting sucked in and we don't communicate with each other or enjoy each other's company. Even if we're not talking about anything, we're just talking about, does this piece go there or does that piece go there? It's nice to have that time in addition to, the dinner time stuff that we do. And we always make sure to sit down with the kids after school and hear about their day and all that kind of fun parental stuff that I do. But I don't know what else to say on that. I'm enjoying the puzzle and want to do more of them. I may have purchased a puzzle type advent for the family as well. So you will see that all during Vlogmas, which is going to be super fun this year. I have 2 yarn advents and a notions advent again. I wasn't going to buy any advents, and I was just going to kind of create my own out of some leftovers and fun stuff, but you know what? It's just so fun. It's so fun to open them. I am enjoying finding patterns that are going to use up the yarn. I have the Northbound Knitting one that I got that's kind of a rainbow fade from last year. I have a pattern in mind for that one, but obviously I didn't get to it this year, and I really want to finish a lot of my whips by the end of the year. So that's going to be December, is finishing all sorts of whips. So, but I won't be working on anything specifically Advent related during the month of December. It's just too much pressure to try and knit that much every day. Like, yeah, it's just too much. It's too much pressure. No one needs that. I don't need that. We're going to have a fun Vlogmas this year, opening up lots of fun advents. The kids just got chocolate ones this year, so it's not going to be that exciting. I bought the Purdy's ones. It's fancy chocolate as opposed to like the dollar store ones. But Mike got a dice one again. He's not getting full sets this time. He's just getting a dice in each kind of window. And then, yeah, I bought the puzzle one as well for the family. So that'll be a fun little extra that they don't know about. And yeah, I bought an actual puzzle one for my in-laws. They love doing puzzles as well. And so you get a section of the puzzle every day for the 24 days before Christmas. So I hope they enjoy that too. If I remember, when I'm over there, I will try and take pictures of the progress of their puzzle. All right, I think that is everything. I'm just looking at the floor going like, yep, talked about that. I've got yarn rolling everywhere. So I'm gonna go and call this a week, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.